Well, anyone who watched earlier in this week will see that sport has done a lot this week. Obviously it ended with a negative result wise, but in terms of the gaming, Superland has dominated. There was hopes it would have been completed on Sunday in last week's video, but there's a lot of collectibles to do and there was just a couple that were left that we just couldn't find, so we went through the list of collectibles on a guide, and funnily enough the first few looked at the ones I needed because they were subject specific, a health and a sword upgrade. We found them, so at 1:10 in the morning we're about to complete a game that I played last week just to keep my achievement streak going because I knew there was an instant achievement on it. I'd highly recommend it. It can be a bit annoying at times with the puzzle side, but it is what it is. So you can see there 171 out of 172. Fingers crossed this works. Forgot how to open the chest. And there we go. Nice work, you've unlocked all the achievements in this game. Superland. And just to prove just how much we put into this is an accurate counter. 40 hours gameplay. Apparently this is a 15 to 20 hour completion. Well, I've used a fair amount of guides to help me with the collectibles, so 20 hours is definitely putting it lightly, but it's only been out for a couple of weeks on console. A few interesting statistics though. The death counter 190, nearly 20,000 jumps. Wow. But highly recommended. It's a good start to a new week. Well, no weight records to start this new week, but something that we haven't featured a lot is the pool. No, you're going to see me. I say I'm not that brave. But the garden has moved a bit. I think when we first did the pool thing, it was on the deck in there, which is now since moved. It was on what was grass here during the last month or so, but obviously with the weather getting cold and it raining, you know, it was pretty cold and it was a bit strange being in it, you know, because the grass was wet, so it was uneven ground. We welcomed a new pond. Obviously we'll keep you updated on the garden as it goes on, because you can see there's going to be more coming on here. And we're now, if anyone knows our garden like they do, we're now right next to what used to be the summer house in the back of the garden. We are right at the back on decking. Considering we've not been in this pool since 30th of October, because obviously we took it down then, and you know, the decking's been being built and stuff. It's surprisingly nice. Cold water doesn't usually affect me that bad. When it was in the rain it did, but it's very nice, and we'll just show you a quick clip of it. Well, if you'd watched the pool before, that was a 4:30. This is 6:10. It's amazing just how dark it can go in a couple of hours. We're outside. So first, it's the rubbish. Next it's the cans and bottles. And finally, the cartons. Focus is not great on this, but that's what it is. As the week goes, it'll be a quiet one this week with no sport. So, recycling, pool, so far. Our new game for this week, Tetris Effect Connected. It's part of a long list of games that have moved to Game Pass this week because the launch of the Xbox Series X. Anyone who follows my videos knows I'm more than happy with my Xbox One over there in the corner, which is coming up to 7 years old next week, 22nd of November, so yeah, 12 days. For all the people that replace consoles and phones and that console has never had a problem, never had to be repaired, touch wood, you know, in 7 years. Tetris, you can see he's loading in the corner, we'll hope it's a good one. Well, no weight record yet, because the short rounds have continued, the figures are going up. I think today was 1403, so on a full final round we'd be, well, touching 1500. As you can see, the pool is here, but this is different because the one that we've been using for a while developed a bit of a problem, we think, with the outer ring of it, that because the air wasn't holding in, it caved in, so we've ordered a new one which is now filling up, except it takes a long time to fill up. So we'll probably have a look at what it's like fully done tomorrow. Well, a new game for this week is called Pathologic 2 on the Xbox Game Pass PC. And there's an interesting reason why we're doing this one, because apparently it's become the fastest game completion in Xbox history. Not something we usually go for, but after missing out on a completion last week, getting Superland early in the week, why not see if this record is actually true? Apparently this is one of the fastest completions in Xbox history, but we'll see. This is what you're apparently supposed to do. Inspect the services. Check that it has a saving service Xbox Live, because if it doesn't and it has something different, it might work, it might not. And you're supposed to click unlock all. So we'll see if that has helped. Well, because it's a Windows game and the Windows game bar isn't working properly at the moment, confirm there that it's the second completion for this week. And you look at that, it was a little different last night because a lot of people jumped on it and completed it. The TA score was 8,500. It's now 2,500. I'm happy about, because it's not great when you get a huge score that you know is then going to disappear. Well, it's the second completion for the week. All good. Well, an update on yesterday. This is the new pool. Obviously, you can see how cold it is by my hands. Obviously, I don't show myself on video anymore. Not these days anyway, but there's a new pool. And there's a lovely garden as well. Well, a new game for the week, Sinkr, which you would think is to do with water, but it's actually to do with a puzzler. It's sort of like hockey pucks. You can see in the top left there. One of the puzzles that we're on, because we started it a little earlier in the evening. That's literally to guide different shapes into different places. Because it's such a shortish game achievement wise, it means that we can try and complete it for next week's, which means as this video comes to an end today on Sunday, once Monday starts, completion in and out the way for that week. Well, in terms of the gaming, you see the Pathologic from the other day, Sinkr, which we've started, and obviously with Sunday's game it put me to 410, which is nice. But it's a 1 year achievement win streak, which obviously 365 days, because obviously it was a leap year this year, but it's a long way away from the 1107 days that we got a good 7 years ago. But it's a good way to end the week, and obviously hopefully there's a completion that will come with Sinkr, possibly even tomorrow.